We're really excited about this time in our church's life. It's time for another campaign. We've named this campaign Daring Faith, and we just really believe that's where God is leading us right now. Whenever we've done campaigns in the life of this church, it's just been a time for growth individually and as a whole church. And so here we go again. We're looking forward to what God has in store for us here.
Yeah, do you remember back to the very first campaign? It was in 2006, and the North Bramalea community had a vision of expanded ministry and look to expand their physical plant, their capacity for staff, and to really reach out into this community. And we're standing here right now in this sanctuary that was opened up March 15th, 2009.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, when you think about what's happened in the Ardglen community with the Journey Neighborhood Center 3 years ago, it wasn't even an idea, and now it feels like it's been there always. And so as we head into this campaign, Daring Faith, here we go. God is in control, God is leading us, and we just can't wait to see where this might take us as we look back 3 years from now. Who knows what we'll be celebrating.
It really is amazing what God can do when we dare and take that step.
Yeah. So as we head into this campaign time, we've been praying, lots of time praying. I mean, over the whole last year, we've been trying to discern. And here's some places that we as a whole community, and I know it's not just the three of us, our leaders, our congregation, we're all believing these are some places that we need to look towards going with God as God leads us. One is around our Sunday morning expansion. We came out of an incredible morning yesterday. I'm still getting emails and texts from people that were just so glad to have been here, inspired for their life, growing in Christ. And we just realized the more people that we can include in that kind of an experience, we want to keep expanding our Sunday morning. And it could be through some satellite, moving into different neighborhoods and offering differently. It could be adding services here at North Bramalea, but we're looking forward to expanding those who are able to be a part of something like that.
Yeah. That expansion has really been helpful to us. We've been working with other churches over the course of the last few months about taking some of what we've been doing here and bringing it into their contexts. That's really worked so well. Been great with feedback, getting their ideas and mixing them both in. And then just some of the ways that children and youth are working together to really be growing as disciples of Jesus. And that, for me, is Sunday morning in a nutshell. We are really so blessed.
Yeah. And the really cool thing is, in order for us to achieve, whether it's the expansion of Sunday services, moving out and expanding to other areas, or into bringing on other churches, we need, in order to support that, we need more leaders. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things that we've been thinking about is trying to figure out a way to engage more people in the conversation around leadership. How do we have more people involved and know what the work of leadership is and the character side to be a leader, because they're so intertwined. Yeah. What would it be like to have a very unique experience for young adults? Mm-hmm. And so we've also been talking about something called a Soul Cafe, where we want to engage young people where they want to hang out, at a time when they want to hang out, because maybe 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning isn't something that would work for them. And so what would it be like if we created a space where they could meet together, grow together, but also have a deeper impact within the community? And engage with the folks at Regeneration, or maybe work with some of the people that are on the streets and bring them in, give them a job so that they can contribute to society, make them feel good about themselves so that they can continue on and have a choice to do something different. Give them a little bit of hope.
Yeah. This is probably the one, the idea of the Soul Cafe. Again, it's been like an iceberg. It's got a foundation that's been being talked and prayed about for over a year, and here we are to say, hey, what do you all think? I was amazed on September 12th, 13th weekend. Our leaders, our community just got so excited about this idea. I have to tell you, this is the one that probably scares me and excites me the most. It is as entrepreneurial as anything we've ever done. I think it's a creative expression of the church. I think God needs the church to be what it is here at 363 Howden Boulevard, but it also needs to be expressed in different ways today. And this one, it has such a possibility. The relationships we have in the city, I think there's all kinds of people God has around our city are just waiting to get on board for something like this. Not just other churches, but leaders in our community. And at the end of the day, if we could provide an opportunity for people to get work,
For me, that is really so much about really living out this walk with Jesus, because when Jesus is there, he's walking into communities all over the place and bringing healing and hope to people who are right there. And in doing so, the folks that gathered around him also experienced that blessing. So the inclusivity of the vision, a way for so many young people, young adults especially, are finding it very difficult to find employment opportunities. And if you've got any kinds of challenges around your abilities to work, how much more so? And so that this Soul Cafe could be a place that not only fed your body, but also fed your soul. Yeah. Another great gift.
Yeah.
I would go there.
Well, and even if you consider the downtown location, not only the people that are living in that downtown core, but also the people that are working in that downtown core. You've got business owners down there. You have like the city employees themselves. What would it be like to give them an environment where they could come in and where their soul is enriched, along with, just grabbing a coffee or a little snack to eat? And then we could even take it to the next step where we give people an opportunity that have resources to be able to pay a little extra so that someone who doesn't have can still have a cup of coffee and something to eat in a wonderful, safe, clean environment.
Yeah. I really think it could be a beacon of hope, not just for our downtown core, but for our city. And it really would be the place to go, the place to be. And we get to be a part of it.
Yeah.
One other thing that really has just got my attention and got me quite excited is something that's really bubbled up from our community, and that is the idea about refugee sponsorship. For so many of us this particular year, with the news coverage of Syria and the refugees that are pouring into Europe, and of course so many of the deaths that are happening as people aren't making it, we've had people within our congregation and community saying to us over and over again, can we not get involved in this? Isn't there something that we can do? Isn't that part of what God's calling us? And already there are resources and people who are saying, I'm in on this. I keep thinking what an amazing gift it might be if we could get a family, 2 families, 3 families, partner with others, maybe it's 10 or more. And maybe those are some of the folks who are going to be working in a Soul Cafe. Maybe these people are going to be enriching our lives, and that we get to share some of what God has blessed us with. That gets me excited.
Yeah. So that idea is really something that God has been working in our community through the power of one team, where God has expanded our vision. And in some ways, I think our vision statement has become and is becoming, imagine God building better lives, better families, a better Brampton, and beyond. We do.
Yeah. So one of the really amazing things about this campaign is it really helps me to come back to how we have to focus on our own development as followers of Jesus, that we don't lose that intentional discipleship that we've been a part of here that's happening on Sunday mornings, whether we're participating in a small group and continue to increase that, praying at least 15 minutes with God every day. That initiative has just so worked itself through our community that it's changing our lives. And I think it's that kind of change that's happening that gives us this energy to say, wow, God, what's next?
And so one of the things that we just wanted to let you know is, what are we looking for you to do as part of all of this? So the process that we have really taken on as far as this campaign is concerned is one of a spiritual journey. Very much lining with the things that we're doing every day. But I've had dozens of people ask me through the years, so what should I give as a result of this? And I keep coming back to the simple spiritual journey. We want you, and we hope that you will pray about your own commitment. And what does that look like? And God, what do you want from me? And because the reality is, none of us knows what tomorrow holds. So we may as well go back to the source. We don't want anyone giving anything unless they first prayed about it. And then gone and said, is that amount truly sacrificial? And then lastly, is faith present? And it is probably the most intense spiritual journey you will ever go through. And now, while I am very tempted to dare you to do it, the only thing that I'm asking is that you at least pray.
What really struck me there is that we've been talking a lot this past year about giving generously, what God does in us, and really realized that it's a heart journey. And what you're inviting us into, what we're inviting everyone into, is that journey of the heart.
And it is called Daring Faith. And so here we go. We're just so excited about what God is doing in our church these days. And like R.A. Dickey said, I think it's true of our church these days as well. It's amazing what you can accomplish when you don't care who gets the credit. And I think that's where we're all at. Let's just go. God's got this covered, and we just want to fall in line with what God has in mind. And that's certainly what we believe, that God has all kinds of resources, both the leadership and the financial resources for God's ideas and visions. And so we're just looking forward to seeing, once again, what God will do. Daring faith. Let's go get him.